Here. Here. Feel. Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises, a solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance, her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm. May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Hey everyone. Did you see that one guy get knocked out? I didn't want to say anything in the cutscene. And this is also an update. I kept trying to do the Fire Emblem things, but I kept getting copyrighted, so I couldn't do anything. So basically, I gave up on those things. It'd just be a flat Let's Play channel. I won't read anything because I will butcher a lot of things. So if you want to read them, read ahead. I will read also. So I'll read the text and I'll push X. So unless you want to get the whole thing, pause. Really, the more important things will be usually in cutscenes, and yeah, some will be in just speech bubbles. So it's up to you if you want to, because I'm not gonna read them because I'll butcher a lot of things. And a lot of names and pronunciations for names, so if you want to read them, go ahead. I will let, as I'll read them, I'll push next, but if you want to, I just, and if you're worried, I have played this is my second character. It's going to be on the same world as my main character, so I wanted to do that, just, really not for anything, it's just I know the players here, and if I end up needing help with something on a dungeon or something, I can ask one of my friends on this world. if you want to join, it's Bahamut. It's one of the big populated. Well, that's also why I picked this world, because it's one of the big populated ones, and that's one of the reasons too. So it's a populated map or populated world, so it's not bad. If you want to join, it's Bahamut. Leave a comment under if you want to give me your name, and I'll add you. I will try to start a free company, which is later on. Well, they'll mention later. But if you need any help, tips, or anything, I don't mind helping at all. But like right now, I won't be able to help you at all because I'm only a level 1 character. But as we get further on, I don't mind helping or anything. Just leave a comment for what you need help, or even a tip. Really, tip won't. I don't mind doing that either, giving you tips or help on things or a location. If you're wondering how far I am at this point of my main character, I am on Bloodstorm, or I forgot. I should know one of the expansions. It's the latest expansion at this point, a date. But all we're really, God, I'm losing crest of track because I didn't have this, but there is no, worries, because, I was like, I think I'm not even halfway through the expansion, but I've got a lot of help from a lot of people who's played this for years. So if you really need help, I'll ask them if I don't know the question. But a lot of a lot of things you should that you really need to get the enjoyment out of this game, I know. But what I'm gonna do is basically for this character, I will do crafting and all that jazz, but I will stick with one major class and work on a lot of the other like crafting classes and stuff. But a lot of the crafting stuff I'll probably do off screen, unless you guys really want me to do that on screen. But I don't think you guys want just me to sit there and just start crafting like crazy. Huh. Well, it looks like someone's getting the crap beat out of. I didn't want to choose because I did see a lot of YouTubers pick, gosh, I'm supposed to be this expert and I can't, oh gosh, I'll just say the cat race. I see a lot of YouTubers using that. So I went with the dragon race, where I don't see too many YouTubers doing that are Final Fantasy 14. But I really do want to continue this series, this one, but how can I say, if I really do want to continue the series, really, I will not make money, so like last time, so this will be like kind of when I have free time. And the beginning part's kind of slow, but once you get started, you'll start, like after I think this scene and another scene, if I remember, it's been a while since I did the beginning, you'll get to at least wonder a lot more. The beginning parts kind of builds up a little bit, then once you get, like, I forgot what part, then they let you go out crazy. It's just a tutorial part. We are in Ul'dah, basically. That's the starting, if you start in, for the, I'll just class their jobs, basically, the gladiator, monk, or black mage, and I just got a free company invite already, just right off the bat. That's usually the case, as a lot of FTs usually wait in main cities to get recruitment. Because usually this is the start, like the Manch Guild right here is usually where all the newcomers come. And usually FC's wait, usually just right there waiting. But they usually get you real fast. Because I had one friend who started not too long ago. He got immediately picked up too, but they pick you off real quick. I did get 12 mils because I've been playing this for a while. I forgot what level I'm on. Yeah, free companies is individuals, companies with advanced rank as members as company points by undertaking duties and or yeah. I will do that. I'll make my own FC if you guys really want me to, or I can just join the FC and tell them that this is my second character. But it's really up to you guys. But let's go and do this main quest again real quick. We gotta go listen to our. I remember if it's what? Jeez. Let me find. There we go. Yeah, we gotta go visit the guild and go to the main crystal. Let's talk to our helper. But oh gosh, really a lot of the start you will get. In this class I'm starting at was my starting class on my main guy, so don't worry about me not knowing a lot of this. So other classes really I would say I'm not too much of an expert, but I would say 50, 50, 60, maybe going by 100. But Gladiator, I'm a good 90. But if there's really if you make your character, really the races really don't matter if it's male or female, because there's like little tweaks there and that, but it really does not matter. And even picking the race on top of the race, where you usually get 2 different types of race for the race you pick. Really neither of those matter at all. Like they really do not care in game at all. It's basically just to customize your character even more. And then later on you get to choose your god, which does not matter at all what god you pick. They do give you little stats here and there. This will be our home crystal for probably the whole thing, because really there's the god I pick. Yeah, like usually your elements resistance does not matter. There's no big huge things. If you want, there's my online ID. That's really not my main one. I had to make a second account for this because something happened ago. I picked my god was the scholar. He's more on wisdoms. I forgot the other ones. There's like the god of war, god of love, all the like kind of the Greek gods kind of. But we're just gonna start picking up a ton of side quests now, because this is the part where they let you go a little bit, but there's gonna be some cutscenes. Like we're about to hit one, I think, right here when we're gonna talk. Not this one. I mean, when we get to our kind of leader for our gladiator. Gladiator is really the only class really that gets an offhand. I think, if I remember, the only ones who get offhand other than crafting classes. Crafting classes get a lot of other stuff. Well, there's actually black mages and white mages get it, but that's only if you use a one-handed staff, and I don't think I've seen rare, because I think as later on when you get on black mage and white mage, you do there's a lot of them that use kind of like two-handed staff, kind of. If you want to reason why there's only one staff as you start and then it gets into two staff, I can link to that. There's this one guy who does lore videos, which I actually like watching, and he does also like dungeon lore, like items, like why is it like this. Well, Final Fantasy Reborn was a kind of an MMO off of a failed MMO, if you want to say that, because Final Fantasy 14 was a, I'll basically link to his videos if you so he can explain, because I would probably explain a lot, but I think if he better explains it. I'm just going through these crawls real fast. I need to get these shards. The shards will be like fast travels around the city that makes it a lot faster to get through. I like walking around just because I like the scenery of the area. This is the Thermothal. I botched that, but it's basically the Black Mage class. I won't get all the other classes. I might unlock them, but I will never touch them really. Because I'll probably touch them when I get my class maxed out, and you guys, or someone needs a class, but I would work on my gladiator first of all. Do not, the leave thing is basically telling other players that you're starting out, but it stays there until like you get to Stormblood. Because I kept mines, and even though I was probably best than some of the players that didn't have leaves, or I know I'm not trying to brag or anything, it's just there are these people called potion jumpers that you can go on and buy, I think it was 25 bucks to get all the way to Bloodstorm, and I suggest you don't do it, because one of two things: you skip the tutorial. I don't know if you still do it or not, but it's because it doesn't help a lot of times, because you won't go through tutorials, and you start at, I think, at like 60 already, and you skip all that training and learning, which I suggest you not to do, because starting out helps you learn, start a group, honestly, it just helps get you with the controls. Like for me, I'm playing this on the PS4, so it's gonna be weird for me, because when I started on PC, and then something happened with my laptop, so I had to get it on PS4. So I literally have both these versions on my PS4 and PC. But with what happened to my laptop, which I'm not going to go into story with that, I have to basically play on my PS4 now, which I know won't crash or whatever. Hopefully something will, but whatever. But we'll worry about that later if it does. If something happens to this account, I'll try to tell you what happened. I'll probably do like side stuff, like if I have to craft something, or if I want to level up crafting or something, I'll do that off screen. But again, like I said, it's up to you guys if you want. But really, there's not a lot to talk right now, other than little here's and there tips. But here's our guildmaster we can talk to, but we gotta go over here to talk to this lady. Oh, well, we talked to the other guy we don't want. We gotta talk to them to start our guild area. Usually the first quest you usually get from your guild, or yeah, it's basically guild from your class, is usually going out literally right up the city, and just just killing like 2 or 3 different types of monster. And here's our guild leader, basically, your guild master. Really, out of all the classes, there's a lot of good stories in classes. Like this one, it's really iffy, really, honestly. It's, I wouldn't say one of the best or one of the worst, honestly. I would say the story-wise class I like is the samurai. I like that story, because it's pretty cool. There's a lot of twists and turns on that one. I got my, I think, samurai on my other character like 65, I think, or 62. I'm not 100%. I'll have to look up again. But oh, I forgot to go get that one more wall over there. But oh, I might need to expand the chat real quick. But do use these, when we get this one quest done, we can, we really, need to start eating, because a lot of the food, if you have someone ask that already start, ask them if they can make really quick food for you, like maybe 50, 99 until you get to the crafting class, because I would suggest you to pick up cooking. Definitely, unless you have a friend who'll do the cooking once in a while for you. We finally made it to level 2, because if cooking gives you bonus experience, some actually build up stats for like skill, speed, but you really do not have to worry that until the end game, because a lot of the end game dungeons or raids come in handy for that. But there's there's 2 different types. Well, there are 2 different types of crafting class, and let me go to it real quick. There's gonna be, here we go. There's gonna be devil of hand and land, and there's always 2. Well, I think there's 2 classes if I remember. No, there's, yeah, 2 classes. No, I think I'm botching this. I think Ul'dah has 3. Wait, let me think. There's 1. There's 2. Yeah, I think 2 classes of, no, 3 classes. I think there's 3 classes. But there's like 2 or 3 classes of hand in the main cities, and always 1 in land in each main city. You cannot grab any of the other classes until you finish 2 of the classes of, did we skip something? No, okay. Until you do 2 main, 2 quest class, until that, then the other classes will unlock for you. Good thing that they did is at one time you had to have 2 classes to promote your class into a job, but they changed it to where you only literally just need that 1 class, which I'm glad they did. But when I grabbed all my classes, because if I go to my main character, I have everything unlocked because I wanted to promote everything that I wanted. So I have a ton of stuff with my character. I basically grabbed everything unlocked, but it's already a little too late for me. So I got a ton of class equipment, and I'm trying to level up classes here and there, but I just say that's not going so well, because I got a lot of crap that I'm trying to get rid of, and stuff that I want to keep for other class, like Paladin, Warrior, and I forgot what, Dark Knight, which is way later. That's gonna be a while before we even get that. Share the kind of the same armor sets. And we got done. But once we start getting to Ul'dah and stuff, I hope that. We can get that. Uh, now we can learn to emote. I like usually using the regular set emotes. I rather have them set like there's going to be a lot of beckoning. I'd like keep them in tab like 7 or like one of the back ones like beckon. I forgot what the other ones were. I think disappointed. There's a lot of them, but every main city has like quests like these. Don't worry, they'll have each one. Like even if I go to like Gardania, and I'm gonna Linta, they're gonna have these kind of tutorial quests for every. Even if you started like let's say I started Ul'dah like right now, they're gonna have the same things over there, even though you've done these. Which honestly I don't mind because it's free experience basically you're getting out of it. Yeah, it might not be that much at the point you're getting to that city, but it's experience. You won't run into really any dungeons until like after you. I think it's after you meet every city, and then I think it was Linsa Laminsa. I think it's the first dungeon or in that city. It's not in this city, but it's in that general location. But I will give tips, guides on dungeons really, or I can really. I need to. You know, the funny we've been talking about crafting, and we haven't got to the. Well, I haven't even talked about the main classes for the like tanks and all that stuff. I'll explain each one, but give me a minute. Let me turn this in real quick. Okay, we got our tanks, which is what I like to do. I like being tanks in a lot of games. I like taking it a lot and not, well, I wouldn't say dishing it out, but I'd rather be protecting than dealing the damage. And that's there's like Gladiator. I'll have to look again. There's Gladiator, Marauder, and Dark Mage, which they're going to end up being, or Dark Knight, sorry, which is going to be Paladin and Warrior and Dark Knight. Dark Knight doesn't have a promoting class because when Dark Knight came out, your class was already like at level 50, so they basically Dark Knight. Astrology, I'm gonna botch this one. It's the last one for healer. Astrology. See, I told you how bad. Mechanics and Red Mage. Those are, and Samurai. Those are all classes that came in with the expansion. So, Dark Mage and Astrologian, they all come at level, I think 50. They come 50, and then, or I think 50 or 40, and then Samurai becomes 60, and so does 60. I think 60. I think 50. I'm not 100%, but those both come in later on, and they come higher up. They're past 30, and 30, 40, and I think I definitely know they're over 40. But you get them later. Red Mage and Samurai, you can unlock those, I think, at level 30 or 40. You have to get one of those at that level. But Dark Knight and Astrologist, you get those at the expansion, which a lot of people didn't like, I guess, which I can understand. I really didn't bother me that much that I had to get to the expansion to go unlock them. But you have to get to the expansion, and I think a certain quest to get them. They haven't changed it, unless they change it later on. They haven't changed it at this point. we'll see what happens. I honestly, again, like I said, doesn't bother me. Why there's a bunch of people here is because of that market board, which we'll get to later. Basically, it's kind of, I wouldn't say a black market or anything. It's just people sell and stuff, which I'm going to tell you right now is your last resort. If you can't find someone who can get it, can someone give you it or anything, that's like your last resort. Really, honestly, it's not even, it's more for the market board. Honestly, is more for the, I would say, more for the crafting classes. It can be for other classes, but honestly, I had no need to go buy it for my armor and stuff because they give you that so much, and then you get like dungeons usually give you plenty of items if you do them over and over again. And usually, if that's not it, your class guild member or some other guy later on. Because after you get to like level 30, you go from your guild master to someone else. And usually they'll give you class items. Usually it's like a weapon and something else that you can choose. You later on, they'll give you like a choice, like from a potion or some money, like they're like money bags basically. You can choose one of those two, which they're gonna be. They go all the way to, I think the first one. It's depending on, really. I haven't done all the stories for the other quests, but it's definitely at 30 is when you get to someone else, and I think it's to 50 for the first one to get the other one. But let's go return this in and get this quest work done. But there is a we get some money. But I think it's way later on. Okay, now we got achievements, guys. We got our first achievement. We can go. Oh, that's not who I want. That basically he repairs your items when you use your skills. I never used the innkeeper. You can go there to go see cutscenes and stuff if you want. It's up to you. I just never had the feel to use the innkeeper because honestly, when I started with my other character, my friend got me set up with an FC real quick, so there's no issue there. This is a novice basically group. They help you with your class, but you can't do it until I forgot what level you have to be at. You get to meet them you get to meet their headquarter basically at Mensa. Now let's see. Yeah, you can go to Journey. Some quests don't let you get the map, but there's a ton of videos out there. Basically, you can just put Final Fantasy some 14 Realm Reborn, or literally just put the quest down. Usually, it'll send you to it and see we need to go. We need to go to Western Thanalin to get that one. Let's see. Let's check the other ones, because if we can go all the Western. Ooh, that's in Central. And ooh, geez, that one we gotta go to the strip thing. We can go do that. Let's go to Central to get those two done, and then when we come back in, we can go do that strip area up top, find the favorite colors, and then once we finish that, we'll go to Western, and you do get a automatic battle. Now this is the one you want to do. I forgot what button it is to pull out your blade, but don't worry about it. All you have to do is click on the character to just target the one you want to attack, and then push X again for the auto attack, or you can push L2 and circle, which is the same thing. Lock on L2 and it goes to the same thing. The Return is basically return to your home crystal. Teleport is you'll unlock other crystals like, let me go to the map. It's like that crystal there, but you have to get to them first and then basically lock onto them. Do like you did the same thing at your home crystal. Triangle is your sprint. You'll be using the sprint a lot until level 30 when you unlock a mount. But I'll have a mount, but I still can't use it without getting to 30 yet. And that's all we need to know. So right now, all we got is a attack button and fast blade, which increases our attack. And remember, it's what if I remember? We got experience. Yeah, increases physical damage dealt by 25%. Just telling us about experience. Because once we get this, we'll be able to get food, which will help us a ton. Because the combat's boring at first, but once you get like a higher level and more, the dungeons actually become a lot more fun. Fighting gets a lot more fun. The best ones when you get run to the aggressive. See how they mentioned this too. How they have their health and then their level or their name, their level, and then this blue thing that tells you that they're not aggressive. Now, if they're red, they're aggressive. That's when you need to kind of look out for it because they will. If you're close to their level, they will attack. I think it's like 5 levels, maybe 7. I don't know exactly. So when they'll attack you, you've got level 3 guys. Well, they'll start attacking you. But I think it's the first 5 levels where they won't start attacking you. Or there's no aggressive monsters, but I'm not 100% on that. But there is a level 12 giant, but we're not going to attack that because we're only level 3. And there's a mount. I think you have to buy that one. I'm not big spinner on this. The one reason I got 12 of those are all. What I think is pretty cool is they have a subscription level, which is where they actually give you gifts, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't think WoW ever did that when I played. Yeah, I played WoW. I didn't play it for very long. I think at best I played for probably a year, and then I got bored of it. Because I did have like 5, maybe 6 friends who played WoW, and then they told me to get on, and after that, after we played for a year, they kind of all got bored and fell off the earth on it. But now they got me to come play Final Fantasy 14, and I think 2 of them are left. But I've always played the Final Fantasy series, which already gets me kind of hooked on just the series alone. The first one I played was 7. But I should stop talking about the other games. Honestly, I would suggest to hot tab your potions, which I should have done. But really, these monsters don't do enough damage unless you really want to sit here and take the blunt. But if I remember, even if you do, you still do more damage than they can do to you. You can see how, like, I've just already taken him out. He's barely doing any damage to me. Yeah, so no matter what, even if you do start, and they don't have any like paralyzed moves or anything yet, so really, honestly, it does not matter. Oops. Well, we'll get another bunch of experience automatically then. I need to check. I think we've done both already here. Let's see, just a second. Oop, that's, I think we've done both of the quests that we need to be here for. I keep going a little too far. I think the rest are already in Ul'dah. Yeah, that's, I think, yep, that's, everything else is in Western and in Ul'dah. We'll turn those in and go get the favorite color or whatever. Oh, let's get this shard over here real quick. Well, I think honestly we should end it here. I hope you guys all like this. We'll come back to the second part of Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn. I hope you guys want to watch this again. Leave me a like and subscribe to this video, please. And I'll see you guys later.